So another great way to avoid doing that housework is to get that raised bed finished. And so I've cut the next long length to size, and I've carried it over, and I'm just going to clear out the wood chippings where it's going to sit on the ground, and then get that screwed into place. Right, that will hold that into place while I get the rest of it drilled and screwed in. So I'm lifting each of these pieces so that they pretty much match up with the ones that come across the end. So that's the second long section screwed in at the one end. I've already got the short length cut for the other end, but before I fix that on, I'm going to remove as many of the wood chips as I can from in the box and get them outside, because I want to be able to lift the plastic that's underneath the rest of that, that's the weed suppressing membrane, and move that out of the way so whatever we put in there is actually touching soil and will start to break down. So I've moved the chippings out of the way, I've cut the plastic down the middle, and I'm lifting it up just to use it as a little bit of protection for the wood. So there's the soil, and then once I move the smaller box I'll be able to get at that bit of plastic. So I'm just using some of the wood chippings to hold this into place. It will flop over as soon as I let go of it, but it's a start. And then the final piece of this puzzle is to put the end section on here, which is already cut to size. And while I was cutting this long piece, I very carefully cut it so it didn't have this supporting corner block in the corner, because the panel I have to go along here has a corner block already, so the corner block of the end piece will go in the corner here, and the screws will go through like that, whereas in the far side it will meet the upright there, and the screws will go in this way. So hopefully that is then that bit completed. I can take the smaller box out, I can move the stuff that's in the smaller box at the moment up this way, and then I can clear the last little piece of plastic out from under where that smaller box is, and then I can ask Mr. J to start bringing some big logs over and start filling the base of it with the big bits of tree trunk. And I may well be able to do some of them with a wheelbarrow, but I'm not going to risk my back, so I am being careful. Not actually that Mr. J's back is any better than mine, but we can share the load with this one. So get some big logs in there, fill around it with compost and wood chippings, and then get some smaller branches in there, fill the gaps again, then twigs, fill the gaps again, and the top layer will just then be compost and some wood chippings. And then, then I can get around to planting it. Little plants that I ordered last week haven't arrived yet, so that's actually fortuitous, because I don't particularly want them sitting around drying out. Have got some herbs around the garden to go in this already, but I'm jumping the starting gun a little bit. I really need to get this finished first. Next step is to take these out. It should be a fairly simple job. Should be, she says. One small piece of plastic here which I'm just going to cut down so I can then get it up on the sides. I've already stapled this along as best I can. I'm wondering, now I've got it to this size, is whether I need to put some sort of cross brace from this upright to this upright to hold the sides together, so that the weight of the compost and the wood in here don't push the sides out. And I could do that quite low down, so it wouldn't show. I could put a couple of them in, and I think I'll have a think about it, but I think that might be a good idea. And much better to do it now while it's mostly empty than try and do it afterwards when it's filled up to here with stuff. Well, the most important job is still yet to be done, and that's the tidying up and the putting away of all the tools and moving the pallet that I cut back to where it should be, and just all the tidying up bits that happen after a job. And actually they're just as important, because where the pallet is, the guys that deliver the chicken feed won't be able to turn their lorry. The front garden has got offcuts of wood in it, don't really want that. And so wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one, and I also hope you'll join me again tomorrow.